CBS 12 News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Quirantes.
And I'm Jim Grimes.
We begin tonight with breaking news. This is a live look at the nightmare unfolding in Baltimore at this hour. An urgent search and rescue effort still underway after a catastrophic bridge collapse early this morning. You can see there these live pictures, a view from a driver's perspective, and of course the large cargo ship there into the bridge. This is what happened. A container ship rammed a support beam on the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The ship reportedly lost power and couldn't steer. The pilot issuing a Mayday call, allowing crews to stop traffic to the bridge, saving many lives. However, some construction workers on the bridge at the time were filling potholes and they could not escape in time.
A body was just recovered from the water, but 6 people are still missing tonight.
2 others pulled out of the water. One refused treatment, the other taken to the hospital. Michael Yoshida is in Baltimore, where investigators are piecing together how the ship may have veered off course and into the bridge.
To hear the words that the Key Bridge has collapsed, it's shocking and heartbreaking.
The sight of a massive cargo ship twisted in the remains of this major Baltimore travel artery surreal. Local, state, and federal emergency response teams have been working the scene by air, by boat, and using dive teams, looking for vehicles and any victims. For now, preliminary findings point to an accident, say investigators.
There is no specific or credible information to suggest that there are ties to terrorism in this incident.
A Mayday call from the ship's crew just before 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time gave officials critical minutes to warn motorists heading towards the bridge.
Many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which saved lives in a very, very heroic way.
Initial reports from the Coast Guard indicate that a harbor pilot and assistant were on board.
Maritime and Port Authority officials in Singapore, where the cargo ship is registered, confirmed that the vessel, Dolly, temporarily lost propulsion and dropped anchor as an emergency measure prior to the crash. The vessel's lights were seen flickering, then going out completely before it hit one of the bridge's key support pillars. While assessing the human toll remains the priority for response agencies, there's also a devastating impact to the region's economy.
We're one of 4 deep water ports that can handle the larger Panamax ships. We have a cruise terminal. So, getting through this is going to be really hard.
And Governor DeSantis earlier today posting this on X, saying that he's offering assistance to the state of Maryland. He also says that the state of Florida is sending prayers to the victims and first responders. I said state of Maryland, obviously the city of Maryland. Well, as more details unfold about the events leading up to the bridge collapse, the warning from the crew of the ship after they lost power likely saved lives. We sent our reporter Victoria DeCardenas out to speak to a civil engineer today about the collapse and what comes next as they try to repair and rebuild this important part of their infrastructure in Maryland. In Baltimore.
Well, bridges like the one behind me that lead to Palm Beach County, they connect one place to another, and their structure, too, is closely interconnected. And as FAU professor and engineering professor Fred Blecher explained to me today, the bridge in Baltimore was never going to withstand the impact on the force of the impact on the bridge. According to reports, it took less than a minute for the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore to fall after being hit by a massive cargo ship.
Bridges are not designed to have horizontal loads hit them.
Fred Blecher is a professor of civil engineering at Florida Atlantic University. During his 30 years as an engineer, he's overseen many infrastructure projects. He explains that each piece of a bridge, like the Francis Scott Key, depends on another, and they all connect to the beams of the foundation.
When the structure or the foundation gets disturbed, the rest of it basically has nowhere to transfer the load, and it collapses in on itself.
Professor Blecher says this incident in Baltimore reminds him of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge collapse in Tampa Bay more than 40 years ago. In May 1980, a storm blinded a freighter, causing it to collide with a support beam, sending a 1,200-foot section of the roadway into the water.
In the situation that you had there, it would be tough for any bridge not to fail. That's a very heavy load that hits it.
7 years later, the Sunshine Skyway was rebuilt. Blecher says the Francis Scott Key Bridge will likely get fixed faster than that.
If we were just building the bridge new, right, I would tell you it'll take years. But when it's a roadway that's used by a lot of people, that's heavily trafficked, it's interesting that you find things get put back faster than that.
And Bletcher says with all these state and local resources that are going into and dedicated to Interstate 695 and restoring that roadway across the river, he says engineers are likely working on plans right now to get traffic moving again on that bridge. Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Victoria DeCardenas, CBS 12 News.
You might remember back in 2022 after Hurricane Ian destroyed a major section of the Sanibel Causeway. These are pictures of that damage. Sanibel had been cut off from the mainland after the storm had washed away at least 3 sections of the bridge. The state had quickly responded. In fact, it only took a few weeks for crews to rebuild the causeway to the island. It's hard to draw a comparison since Sanibel's causeway is much lower bridge built from different materials and has a fraction of the traffic.
And a reminder to stay tuned to CBS 12. Tonight, a special edition of the evening news from Baltimore, where Nora O'Donnell reports on the search for the missing after the bridge collapse and what caused that ship to crash into the bridge. Also, what investigators have discovered so far. It's all coming up on CBS 12 News at 6:30. Well, turning to weather, a high surf advisory is in effect for the area today. Take a look at this video from the town of Palm Beach. You can see the high surf signs, rip current warnings, and marine life warnings.
Yeah, let's get a first check of our forecast with our chief meteorologist, Vita Sri.
Yeah, looking at those winds picking up a little bit out there with that southerly flow, creating some rough surf out there. So you don't want to be in that water too far from that beach because you can have some strong rip currents. In fact, taking a look out there, what's going on, we do have a vision here, a look from our Lake Worth camera, and you can see those waves pretty big as we continue to see that wind blowing out there. Beautiful sunshine, but don't let it fool you as far as those waves being dangerous as you get too far out in the water. So definitely something to watch very closely there. So we do have a high rip current risk through Wednesday evening all along the Treasure Coast and along the Palm Beaches as we continue to head through the next 24 to 36 hours as we continue to see that rough surf out there. Small craft advisories further out for small boats, and then also high surf advisory until 8 p.m. on Wednesday for the Palm Beaches. So just take note of that if you plan to step out towards the water anytime soon. We're looking at temperature-wise, warming up ahead of the frontal boundary. Our next weather maker moving in. 79 degrees West Palm, 79 Boca. Temperatures in the 80s from Stewart, Fort Pierce, and Vero. So a little bit warmer to the north. It looks like we'll continue to see that warming trend as we go through the next few days, as we continue to see that warm push of air coming up out of the south. And those winds are giving us anywhere from 15 to 20, gusting up to about 20 to 25 at times. Look at that wind gust of 28 at Vero Beach, 20 in Wellington, about 24 in Boca. So definitely breezy conditions, but that southerly flow allows for our temperatures to go up as we go through the next couple of days. So looking at dry conditions out there at this time, our next chance for rain arrives as we get towards Thursday. We'll look at your hour-by-hour forecast coming up.
A love triangle in Port St. Lucie leads to a shooting yesterday. According to police, this man, 37-year-old Michael Walters, shot his friend, Rashawn Richards, after accusing him of having a relationship with his girlfriend. Police say Walters shot Richards several times. This happened yesterday afternoon on Green Springs Street, west of PGA Village Golf Club. Richards had to be airlifted to the hospital. At last check, he was in critical condition.
Well, tonight the search for answers continues in a deadly hit and run in Boca Raton.
The driver still out there tonight as family and friends of the victim process their loss. Police are looking for a white 2016 to 2019 Ford Explorer they believe is connected to the incident, and they're asking for the public's help.
The accident happened off of Northwest 40th Street. That's near the intersection of Dixie and Spanish River Boulevard near a Tire Kingdom. And that's where we find CBS 12's Amber Robb joining us tonight with the latest details.
This is the area where the unthinkable happened. 36-year-old Sean Matthews was hit and killed early Thursday morning, and now all that remains are flowers left by friends and family. Almost a week later, Boca Raton police are still trying to track down who killed him. According to Boca Raton PD, the accident happened around 3 a.m. Thursday morning. Someone passing by saw Sean's body in the roadway and called police. Officers say there was no debris found on scene, but a day later were able to release a vehicle description. They're looking for a white 2016 to 2019 Ford Explorer they believe is connected to the incident. Sean's friends writing online that he was a selfless person who gave laughs and smiles freely. He was also an avid cyclist, science enthusiast, and loved running. Police tell me at this time they have no further details to release and they have no suspects. If you have any information, contact police. Reporting live in Boca Raton, I'm Amber Robb, CBS 12 News.
Search for a missing Jupiter man came to a sad end today. The sheriff's deputies found the body of 71-year-old Robert Yeagers in a large natural preserve area just west of I-95 in Martin County. Yeagers had been reported missing earlier today. The cause of his death is unknown, but foul play has been ruled out. The Martin County Sheriff's Office is investigating.
Deputies working to identify the person hit and killed by a car while crossing Southern Boulevard. It happened early this morning at the intersection of Kirk Road. The driver of the car stayed on scene and was not injured. If you have any idea who this person is, call police. Next at 5, relief coming to the housing market, one developer's solution and when it will be available for you.